Morning, lovers. Welcome to Facebook Live number 20. So today I want to talk a little bit about, hey Jenny, if you're just jumping on, drop me a little hello so I know that you're here. I want to talk about this. I've been thinking about this for a few days, right? There's this very viral video on TikTok. Hey Rana, hey Lorenzo, hey Kirsten, hey Willow. I'm going to talk about this very viral video on TikTok, okay? Because it's stayed with me, like I really felt it this year. And it's this man and he's turned it into a sound. So on TikTok, people can take the sound that you speak and they can create a video with your sound, okay? And this man is sitting in his car and he's expressing how, his pain, basically. He's expressing his pain in the most vulnerable and authentic way. And he's angry. He's really angry. And it sounds as though he trusted people over and over again, and then people just let him down, right? We've all been there. We've all been in that situation where we've let someone into our lives and they've promised us the world, or they've, with their words or their actions, they've shown us we're really important to them, and then they've ripped it all away and disappeared, right? And so if you've been ghosted before, you know exactly what this is like. And this man, he's saying how he's screaming, right? He's swearing, and I'm not going to swear, but I'll just tell you some of the stuff that he says. And he's saying, if he's like, well done, he's like, congratulations. He goes, you've achieved what you've accomplished, what you've wanted to accomplish. And, and then he goes on and he says, I don't care anymore. He's like, if you want to be a part of my life, you're going to have to earn it. No one gets a free ride in my life anymore. If you want my love, you're going to have to earn it. If you want my trust, you're going to have to prove it. Yeah? If you want my time, you're going to have to earn it again, right? And he's swearing, and you can feel the pain in his words. And as he's saying that, there's this part of me that's going, yeah, I have to be more like that, right? I have to be more like that. I've allowed, historically in the past, I've allowed people to come on this ride with me and to take what they need and then disappear, right? And so as he's saying these words, I'm feeling his words like to my core, especially this year where I have, and I'm a strong believer of trusting people, like giving everyone an opportunity to show you who they are and what they're capable of. Okay. But it kind of comes with a bit of a risk, right? Because when you trust people and you go by their actions and you go by how they're treating you, and, you lean a bit closer. When people come in and they treat you really well and they show you that they want you in their life, that they want to be a part of your life, you lean in a bit closer, right? So it's quite a fine line between how far do I lean in and how long do I wait to see if this person's going to stick around? And it's a bit of a juggling act, but I truly believe that if you listen to your intuition, you will know how much to lean in. And if you get the warning signs and you don't listen to them and you do lean in and then they disappear, well, you didn't listen to your intuition, right? You ignored the warning signs. So that's where we have to take responsibility for how we let people show up in our lives. But, this year I really... that his expression, I really resonated with it. And where I don't believe people intentionally come in to hurt us. I don't believe people intentionally come in to then and give us and give us and give us all these beautiful experiences, and then they disappear. I don't believe it's intentional. I don't believe that people are vindictive like that, and that they come in to be like, I'm going to use her and I'm going to take what I need and then I'm going to disappear. I believe that people's emotions and fears get in the way, right? That's what I truly believe. But when you're on the receiving end of being ghosted, or you're on the receiving end of being not abandoned, but kind of left behind almost, but even it's not even really being left behind, it's more like when you're on the receiving end of somebody else's reaction to whatever's being triggered within them through this connection that you have with them, it can be painful, right? It can be painful. And I was talking about hope the other day, and I was like, remove hope. And I think it's important, because if you remove hope, then you can allow your logical mind to show up, and you can be like, okay, how is this person treating me today? How do I feel around this person today? I feel good. I'm going to lean in a bit more. I don't feel good. I'm going to lean back a bit, right? And if you just go day by day, I think it's a better option. Anyway, so this guy, yes, he has been expressing his pain. And I'm like, wow, here's some guy who has given his love. And we're taught, right? Or we learn along the way to give our love freely, to love people, right? Especially when we are entering into a romantic connection with them. We're taught to love and be open, right? And to give. But we're not taught when to stop, right? And we're not taught when to pull back. And, a big thing for me growing up, like my mum is very loving and nurturing and open-hearted. Like they're all her positive traits, right? I watched her growing up nurture people and give and go above and beyond and give to people, even when they're treating her like shit, right? So where I learned how to be that loving and giving and nurturing person, I also learned how to continue to give to people when they're treating me like shit. Right? Now I'm not blaming anyone for that, but that's just what I learned in my upbringing, okay? And people do that because, it's people pleasing, and people do it, we've talked about this before, because they don't want to be abandoned, and they want to be liked, and they want people to like them. And so they give and they give and they give, even when they're being treated like shit, right? So I think it's really important that we teach that to ourselves. We know when to stop, and we know when to, like, enough is enough. Like, I believe in love, right? It's all I talk about, right? But at the same time, if you are giving your love to someone and it's hurting you, then it's not healthy. Yeah, that is not a healthy thing to do, and we have to stop doing that. And sometimes we can love people without actually giving them anything, okay? We can love people without actually giving them anything if it's going to hurt us. And so I think it's really important to learn when to stop and to pull your energy back, right? And start giving all of that to you, giving that love to you. And it doesn't mean that you have to stop loving someone altogether. You can still give to them, but it has to be in a way where it's not hurting you, right? So does that make sense to everyone? Hey, Hillary. I love you, Jenny. Hey, Kirsten, Anya, Michelle, good morning. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Ben. So Lorenzo's saying, love is the greatest gift, but if we are all a bit broken, then do we hurt everyone just a little? Yeah, you know what I've realized? I've realized that I was really reflecting on this the other day. I was like thinking about my own how I've been hurt, right? Or how I've allowed myself to get hurt. I take responsibility for how I get hurt. But I was thinking about how I've been hurt and how it's wounded me, and how I am very cautious now to get involved into relationships, into serious relationships. I'm very cautious because of my experiences in the past. Okay, now there's two sides to that coin, but I was on this particular day thinking about how, wow, if I hadn't have been so wounded in the past, like there's men around me now that potentially I would explore a relationship with them, but because of my experiences and the past people who have hurt me, I don't really want to go there right now. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, because I've been hurt, am I potentially hurting other people by rejecting them, right? And I think what Lorenzo is saying is right. I think we do. I think we essentially do hurt each other, right? Because of what's happened to us in the past. And I think we're all a bit broken. And I think there's no one on the planet that isn't broken, right? But I think it's it's in that it makes us so beautiful, you know, and maybe it's in all of that breaking that we learn how to be more empowered individuals and we learn to move forward more cautiously, you know. So again, back to this guy, right? This guy who's done this TikTok. And initially, the very first time I heard it was at the start of the year, and I was like, I thought to myself, come on, dude. Don't let all of these past people harden your heart. You know, I was like, don't let the pain of the past stop you from loving or allowing someone in, because the next person might be your person, right? But I was in a loved up state back then, right? But as I moved through the year and things unraveled for me and I sat deeper in my own pain and in my own experiences, right, I really resonated with what he was saying. And, you know, I've been talking to a few people and they're like, oh, but I had hope and I had hope for this and I had hope for that. And I think I had hope too, up until, you know, a little while ago. And you know, I had hope and I met someone and I was like, oh, this could be something. But there was like this much. It was like bee's dick of hope, right? Because I was still a bit with hope. And that little bee's dick of hope got smashed out the window. And I was like, yeah, we're good now. I'm done with that. I'm not doing hope anymore. I'm doing logic now. Yeah, I'm doing intuition now. I'm saying no, even though there's these temptations that come in, right? And all the time there's these temptations. And where I'm tempted, I'm also like, hell no. If it doesn't feel right and it's not a safe option for me, and logically that experience could hurt me or send me spiraling, it's a no. I don't care what my body wants. I don't care what my heart wants. Logically, I'm using logic moving forward. And that was a really big lesson for me this year, right? No longer letting my body's desires get in the way. No longer letting my emotional desires, right, get in the way. Moving forward, I have to be smarter. Because when you spiral down, right, when you spiral down and you are sitting deep in the core of your own pain that you allowed yourself to fall into based on your experiences and your choices, you start to, well, at least for me, I'm like, I don't like going there. Yes, I learn a lot through my own pain, and it's through my pain that I create some of my greatest transformations. But that part where that type of pain that I go to that is kind of self-inflicted through my experiences with other people, I don't want to go back there anymore, right? Which means I have to change some things, just like this guy on this TikTok video. And I'm like, right, yes, I'm not letting people have a free ride in my life anymore. If you want my love, which is absolutely delicious, right? Because I give so wholeheartedly and easily. If you want that, well, you are going to have to prove that you deserve that, right? And I was watching this lady, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Will Smith's wife. No, or it was someone else. And she was saying, you know what? She goes, it's an honor to be with me. She's like, I work on myself and I know my worth and I know what I bring to the table. And she goes, and if you're going to be with me, you're lucky because it's an honor to be with me. And I was like, yes, you know, like I've walked through fire to find myself, to stand in the integrity of who I am. So if people want to be a part of my life, then it's not about really proving it, but it kind of is at the same time. I'm not putting people through a screening process, but the people that are close to me, they have proved to me that they're solid individuals, that there's an equal give and take, that they will be honest with me, that I can be intimate with them emotionally, you know, that they are not going to take advantage of what I offer and what I give. Yeah? So, yeah, if you want to be a part of my life, we're going to have to prove it now. And unfortunately, no one gets a free ride because I've done that before. And it's led to some painful experiences for me. So if I don't want those experiences anymore, then I'm going to have to change my ways. I'm going to have to toughen up a bit. I'm going to have higher standards, right? And when people come into my life from now on, I'm going to be like, will this person help me? Will this person, or can this person help me achieve my goals in some way? Right? They don't have to take me there, but can they help me get there by showing me love, by being supportive, by empowering me, by being in a high vibration, right? These are the people I want to surround myself with. Because the people you surround yourself with, they're like what's that saying? You become a sum of the people you surround yourself with, right? And I have goals and I have visions. So if these people don't align to where I'm going, they're not allowed on my ship. And that's just the way it is from now on. And sure, I may miss out on meeting some beautiful people and having some lovely connections, but I've got things to do, right? And I've got places that I want to get to. And so this is where I'm like, right, moving forward, 2020, it's time to be selfish in a healthy way, okay? Not in an unhealthy way. It's time to be selfish. And so if I let you into the corners of my life, if I let you in close to my soul, then I really want you there, right? Because of my experiences, I have become so independent that I don't need anyone anymore. If I want you here, it's because I want you here. It's not because I need you. And I'm not saying that as an egotistical thing. You know, like there's certain things that where I would, you know, like I was saying to my girlfriend the other day, I need a man to cuddle with. Like that's a desire, right? Is it a need? I don't know if it's a need. It's more of a desire. It's like this deep, deep desire to be in the arms of a man, right? But I don't need it, right? But what I do need is that masculine energy to bounce off. I need that masculine energy to kind of evolve into a more empowered feminine energy, which is where I'm going. Okay? So there's a difference. But I'm not because I don't need it to fulfill me in some way, right? Then it's become a want and a desire. And so I don't settle. I'm no longer settling for breadcrumbs or people who show up who are like, yeah, I can hold you, but, you know, I'm not honest, or I'm this or I'm that. No, thank you. You cannot come on my ship. My ship is precious. My energy is precious. Does that make sense to everyone? I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. I think where I'm going with this is it's more about self-worth and self-respect. Yeah? And being really bloody careful who you allow into the corners of your life. Because people will damage the corners of your life if you let them. And unfortunately, that's where we have to take responsibility. If we're letting people come in to the corners of our lives, well, maybe we need to be more careful. And that is where this guy on this TikTok was so raw and real about who he lets into his life and how angry he was, right? He was so angry. and he was angry at himself. He was so angry that he had let people come into his life and burn him in the way that they did. Okay. But he was projecting it, but he was also owning it at the same time. And I thought it was really, really beautiful, right? So, hey, Chabelle. Willow's saying, yes, I'm loving this. Me too. Healthy, balanced, divine, masculine and feminine energy, though. Absolutely. And it starts within us, right? We have to balance our own feminine and masculine energy first, right? Okay, so Lorenzo's saying, love this bee analogy. Thanks for being raw and true. Love is like a diamond. It takes years and years to... Oh, it's not letting me see the rest of your message. Sorry, Lorenzo. Willow's saying, yes, babe. Hey, Maria. How you going? Yeah, so, sorry, Lorenzo. It's not letting me click to see what else you've written. But, you know, having a few experiences in the last week where I've been around people who are not self-aware about how they show up and how they behave, right? And I'm really careful about showing up as my best self. And it's taken me years of work to do that, right? So even if I'm in a room with someone that isn't necessarily pleasant towards me, I will still be polite. I'll still engage in conversation. I'll still put my best foot forward, right? But where I realize that I have to draw the line is that if they're not showing up as their best self and at least pretending to want to be kind or pretending to actually try to engage in this discomfort that we've found ourselves as their best self, I'm out. Yeah, I'm done. I am done being around people like that because it lowers my vibration. Yeah, I'm not going to keep showing up as my best. Well, I will keep showing up as my best self, but I'm going to choose not to be around you anymore, right? Because my time is precious. My vibration is precious. I work too damn hard on my vibration to let low vibrating people who aren't willing to show up as their best self affect me. Okay? And that's okay. You can show up however you want. This isn't about me trying to change you. This is about me choosing not to be around you anymore. Right? Because I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to be around other people's negative projections and judgments. Right? And it was interesting because this post came up in my Facebook feed from a year ago. And I'd done this post, and obviously I was frustrated about something 12 months ago. And the post said, you can take your judgments and you can stick it in your chakras, right? Because if you are around people who are judging you, I mean, that's on them. People's judgments are a reflection of what's being triggered inside of them. But you in no shape or form need to be around someone who's in a bad mood, is being negative, is behaving like a teenager when they're a grown adult, right? Get yourself the hell away from them. So this is where you choose who you let on your ship. Whether it's family or not, you choose. Okay? So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this live. I'm sending you lots of love. Don't take no shit, right? No more. Don't take anything from anyone. If people are not willing to show up as their best self and respect you and themselves, then remove yourself from their company. They don't deserve to be around you. Like, stop allowing these people, and I've done it too, guilty as charged, right? Guilty as charged. Allowing these people to come into your reality and mess with your vibration, regardless of who they are. So, have a beautiful day. Not long now, right? Until Christmas comes and then New Year's, and then we can release the pressure and start again. I have a few spots left this week for sessions if anyone's looking for a little bit of extra support. And I look forward to supporting you guys again and connecting with you guys again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.